One of the biggest robberies in history took place on July 12, 1987, when an Italian man named Ballerino Weiss and his accomplices stole $60 million from the British Bridge Trust. To commit this theft, the two first rent a box from this center, and when they enter the center under the pretext of visiting their box, the cashier and the security guard tied it with a rope. And on the entrance door there is a sign stating that the box is temporary and is closed. They install. Then their other accomplices join them. The group steals many boxes. Valerio flees to Latin America, but his accomplices are arrested. Of course, some time later, Valerio returns to England in pursuit of his car, a Ferrari Model Testarossa, and is arrested. Valerio turns 22. He was sentenced to prison and, after his release in 2000, was shot and killed in a clash with police. Another biggest theft in history. Done at the Central Bank of Baghdad on March 18, 2003. The robbery required no detailed planning, no weapons, no special tactics, no pre-robbery checks, and nothing more. The operation was very simple and effective. Just one day before the bombing, Iraq's coalition forces sent Saddam Hussein's son Qusay with a note to the Central Bank of Baghdad, and in a 5-hour operation, boxes full of $100 bills are placed in 3 containers under the supervision of Saddam's son. The money is estimated at $1 billion. The biggest art theft in history happened in this museum. On the night of March 18, 1990, a number of works worth $300 million were looted. Thieves stole 13 works of art from Rembrandt, Degas, and Vermeer. Interestingly, in this robbery, the thieves also took security cameras with them when leaving the videotapes. The plot of this amazing robbery was very short and effective. 2 thieves in police uniforms entered the museum during the holiday and pretended that they had come there because of an emergency call. While the 2 fake police were inspecting the complex, the museum guards lowered the security level and allowed the 2 police to inspect the entire museum. Interestingly, the thieves have not yet been identified, although FBI officials recently announced that the thieves had been identified and that they knew the location of the stolen artifacts. It can be said that this robbery is the best and most planned robbery of all time. In 2003, a group of Italian thieves managed to steal €100 million in one of the richest cities in the world. We have described the interesting story of this robbery, which was carried out without any violence and quite skillfully. More than 10 years later, a number of people involved in the robbery have not yet been identified. The robbery was the most important and largest robbery of the 20th century for many years. The robbery of €3 million, which today is equivalent to €46 million. A Royal Mail train travelling from Glasgow to London carrying a large shipment of banknotes was attacked by 15 people, led by Bruce Reynolds, who died this year at the age of 81. The robbery did not use a firearm, and only the train driver was injured in the head by a rod. Players, who were left in the same hiding place, were identified and arrested. Reynolds, who had escaped, was hidden from police for 5 years, but was eventually arrested in England in 1968 and held in prison until 1978.